What is going on? Welcome back to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel. Here doing the betting show. It is now week 5 of the NFL season. Our bets last week, little bit trending in the right direction for George. He went 6-5. I went 3-3, bringing George's record to a 2020 right at the middle. And I am 11-13. So I'm 2 games behind 500, but I'm looking to bounce back. And I have a couple plays for you guys today. George is not joining me today, but ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. He sent me his picks. He's got a lot of plays, and I will definitely detail those out to you one by one. But first, let's stick it with the script. I will go first. My first best bet that I like for this week's NFL matchups. I'm going to go with my positive plus money bets first and then work my way down. So the first bet is the Dallas Cowboys money line plus 120 on Fanatics Sportsbook. Listen, they are facing a Pittsburgh Steelers defense that is tough, a Pittsburgh Steelers team that is at home. Sunday Night Football, I get it. Also, Dallas dealing with a lot of injuries. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But I'm getting the Dallas Cowboys at plus 120. They have a lot of injuries, don't get me wrong. But I really feel like Dallas has to win this game. And I think they're playing for, I wouldn't say their whole season, but this is almost a must win here. And you're on the primetime spot. You guys, you haven't looked that well. I mean, they barely beat the New York Giants. They've looked shaky. They need a win. Plus 120. I'm willing to ride with it. It might lose, but I like the spot for the Dallas Cowboys. Next bet for me, it is the Houston Texans at home against the Buffalo Bills. The Texans are plus 105 on Fanatics Sportsbook. Listen, Stephon Diggs' revenge game against the Buffalo Bills. You know he is going to get up for that game. The Houston Texans are at home. Buffalo just lost to Baltimore last week. I don't like how they look. Listen, the Texans are a team that I'm very, very high on. They have not shown that game where they make a statement, all right? Going down to Minnesota and losing, barely beating Jacksonville is not cutting it. All of the games, too, even when they beat Chicago on primetime, they haven't really had that statement victory. This right here will be a statement victory. I think they win, and I like them at plus money on the money line. Not many times the team that you like is plus money to win the game. So I'm taking the Houston Texans. My next bet is, might shock many, right? The New Orleans Saints plus 5.5 at minus 110 on Fanatics Sportsbook. Listen, I think the Saints can win this game. I'm just going to play it safe and give you guys a 5-point cushion here with the hook 5.5. Listen, if you could take the Saints plus 3.5 for safety, you get plus money there. Go for it. I honestly think that the Saints can win this game on Monday night. I get it. They're at KC. But listen, KC is down. Rashee Rice. They're already down Pacheco. They're 4-0. Mahomes hasn't been playing well. I think they're due for a loss here, and I think this loss comes on Monday night at the hands of the New Orleans Saints. I think the Saints' defense is pretty damn good. I'm not even going to lie. And they were a team that everybody was high on throughout the beginning of the season. We're only a couple weeks removed from that. The Saints are still able to punch and punch hard. I like the Saints plus 5.5. And like I said, if you're ballsy, I don't mind taking the Saints to win this game. I actually think they do win. But for the sake of my picks, Saints plus 5.5. My next one, I got 2 more for you guys. It is the Arizona Cardinals plus 7.5 at minus 115 on Fanatics Sportsbook. They are taking on the 49ers on the road in San Fran. Listen, this is a division game. These are teams that hate each other, obviously, but division opponents know each other really, really, really well. That's how I feel about it. And the 49ers have some injuries. So if I believe in that and the 49ers have some injuries and you're giving me the hook, you're not giving me plus 7. You're giving me plus 7.5. So a touchdown covering wins you this bet. Love this spot for the Cardinals. Love the Arizona offense. They looked shaky last week. I think they bounce back. They know this team. There's a little rivalry, so there's definitely going to be a little edge to them. I like the 7.5 on this spot. My final bet, it is the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5 at minus 115 on Fanatics Sportsbook. They're playing a tough Washington Commanders team on the road, who the Washington Commanders have been making statements week in and week out. Don't get me wrong. Browns also have looked really ass, but I have respect for the Cleveland Browns defense. I have said that so many times on this show, and I'm going to stick with it. Listen, plus 3, it might be a push, but you're giving me 3.5. I think there's value there. Maybe the Browns lose. If they lose by 3. All you got to do is cover 3 points. I trust the defense to hold it within 3. They should always be able to do that. Cleveland defense is really damn good. It's just, will Watson throw a pick 6 and mess it up? That's what I'm worried about. And those are my 5 plays for the week. So now we're going to go into George's picks. So he threw these out. We are started with Thursday Night Football. He has Mike Evans to score a touchdown on is plus 141. He took that on Sports Trade. All right. So anytime touchdown score, Mike Evans. All right. That's Thursday Night Football. Then he's got some action on the London game. His second pick is between the Jets and Vikings. Over 42.5, the whole total of the game, over 42.5. He got it at plus 133 on Sports Trade. He thinks this game is going to lean towards the over 42.5. I like it. Jets need to bounce back offensively. The Vikings have been doing great things offensively. Literally probably some value because a lot of the games when they go to London, they're a little shaky. 42.5, I kind of like that bet. The next bet he threw out, it is the Bills and the Texans game. Over 5.5 total touchdown scored at plus 130 on Bet365. You're asking these teams to score 6 touchdowns combined. All right, 6 total. So one can have 3, the other one can have 3, one can have 2, the other one can have 4. Listen, 6 total touchdowns between the Bills and the Texans. I think that is a smash. I think it's going to be a high scoring but entertaining freaking game. The next bet he has is Panthers plus 2 versus the Chicago Bears plus 157 on Sports Trade. So he's leaning towards Sports Trade a lot. He likes the Panthers getting 2 points against the Chicago Bears. Listen, I think the Panthers have been moving the ball very differently with Andy Dalton. The Bears have not shown the, proof that they're a team that you should be solid in taking. So Panthers plus 2, I see his vision there. His next play is the Ravens Bengals under 50.5 at plus 110 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. So he has the Bengals and the Ravens. It's a rivalry game, usually physical between those two rivals. This game is in Cincinnati. He has the under at 50.5. So look for some value there. His next play is the Colts and Jaguars, another rivalry matchup here. He has it under 22.5 for the first half total points, plus 115 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. I like it. You got 2 division teams having the under in the first half. What did I say about division matchups? They know how to play each other. They usually play tough. It does not matter where the talent level is. Even if there's a drop off, division opponents know how to play people. It always happens. I love unders in that spot. And you're under in the first half, 22.5. Love that play from George. His next play is he's got 4 more plays for you guys. 49ers over 1.5 team touchdowns for the first half, minus 115 on Bet365. So the 49ers are playing the Arizona Cardinals. He thinks that they score 2 team touchdowns in the first half. So over 1.5 team touchdowns on Bet365 for him against the Cardinals. His next play, 3 more for you guys. Second quarter total points in the same game at under 10.5, minus 116 on Thrills. So he has the second quarter total points being under 10.5 combined between the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Next play. He's both in the same game. 2 plays left. Steelers first half laying 0.5. All right. So minus 0.5 first half for the Steelers versus the Cowboys. He got that at plus 111 on Thrills as well. He's got the Steelers to be leading at halftime. So if it's a tie, you lose. If it's the Cowboys winning, you lose. But he has the Steelers to at least be up by a point or more at halftime. Could be a 3-point lead going into the half. 7, 6, whatever, even a safety. Steelers defense is pretty good. Steelers to be leading at the half, not a tie, at plus 111 on Thrills. And his final play is Steelers first quarter at minus 0.5. So Steelers to be leading, not tied or losing against the Cowboys at plus 138 on Sports Trade. So he's got the Steelers to be winning after the first quarter. I guess he's very different than me. He is back in the Steelers because he's got them for the first quarter and he's got them for the first half. I have the Dallas Cowboys money line, and those are George's plays. So one more time, I'm going to read them to you quick. He's got Mike Evans to score a touchdown. He's got the Jets and Vikings over 42.5 points. Bills and Texans over 5.5 total team touchdowns. Panthers plus 2 versus the Bears. Ravens Bengals under 50.5. Colts Jaguars under 22.5 first half points. 49ers team touchdowns over 1.5 team touchdowns for the first half. Okay, so 2 touchdowns in the first half for the 49ers. Second quarter total points under 10.5 for that same game with the 49ers. And the Steelers first half to be leading against the Cowboys, and the Steelers to be leading as well after the first quarter. So he's laying the 0.5 on each of those things. And those are his picks. And then my picks, once again, they are the Dallas Cowboys money line at plus 120. It is the Houston Texans at plus 105. It is the New Orleans Saints plus 5.5. Like I said, I like them as well straight up. Cardinals plus 7.5, division opponent. And the final one is the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5. I don't have any touchdown scores, but I'm a man of the people. I usually give them. If I had to tell you who's my favorite touchdown scorer, I've been doing pretty good with them. It's just it's not available right now. I don't know why my sportsbooks take forever to just give me the lines on the touchdowns. I like Kenneth Walker against the New York Giants. As a matter of fact, put that on my play. Look out for that play. Try to find the best value. I got Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. That is actually going to be my 6. So I have 6 plays for you guys. Add Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown against the New York Giants. I believe that is happening. Look for the best line, though. DraftKings usually rips you off when it comes to touchdown odds. I don't understand it. So look around. And those are our picks. I believe it's going to be a good week. Gamble responsibly, everybody. Make sure you keep it light, set your limits, and have some fun. Make sure to tune in next week. George most likely will be back on this stream, but I got his plays for you guys. So best of luck if you're tailing Gamble responsibly. Thanks for the support. Hit the thumbs up button and tell a friend to tune in right here. And let's just make some money together, y'all.